updated recently because I was looking at this site for potential jobs, but they also have, and this is nationwide, mostly in the District of Columbia though, but they have a lot of job opportunities that they've listed as well. But it seems like it hasn't been updated since April. So always make sure you're looking at the dates, because this is an example of, you know, it was an active site a couple months ago, but it seems like it's not really. But academic institutions are the things to be looking up. If there's a particular location that you really want to be relocating to, you know, UC San Diego area, LA area, look up the different schools that are in that area and go to their career websites and go to their school websites, because they have a lot of great resources. And last example, Berkeley, super exclusive, right? Because you need a username and password to be getting into their database. So it's not like Emory where it's open to the public. Berkeley's is private, but they do have this great School of Public Health. Let's do career services. They have a lot of information, and I'm going to show you right here. So they're like, okay, career counseling, well, we're not students there, right? So we're not going to be going there. Jobs and internships, they're super bougie. They're not going to let us get into their system. But if we go onto the side here and we go to internships, they had a fellowship. Where did it go? Fellowship. They had a fellowship tab that I just saw this morning, and they had a lot of great connections to nationwide fellowships that people would be interested in applying to. Where did it go? Fellowships, here we go. So it's under career services. You hit fellowships. Now they're giving you links and connections to nationwide fellowship opportunities, right? So, you know, APHA fellowships, CDC fellowships, you know, a lot of great opportunities that if it sparks your interest, you're going to continue to research it even more. But it's cool because it's all in one spot. So again, use academic institutions, especially in areas that you maybe want to be relocating to your advantage. Okay, so now the next thing, and I feel like this is the most fun part, and this is stuff that people just don't think about right away, but using social media, and I tell this to Molly all the time, using social media to your advantage when it comes to job searching is really valuable, okay? We're on Facebook, all of us are on Facebook every day for the most part, right? If we were able to have our news feed be reflecting different organizations that we're really interested in working for in the future, that's kind of where you're wanting your Facebook to, like, that's the direction you want it to be going, toward more of a professional, I guess, environment, because I don't want to be seeing what so-and-so had for lunch, right? But if I'm able to see what the United Nations Women is doing, you know, on Monday morning, that's going to be a lot more valuable to me if they are an organization of interest I want to be working for. So I'm going to be giving you an example. Let's say you're interested in UN Women, right? You go here, it's great. We all love pictures. We're going to be able to see a lot of the, you know, recent updates, all their recent work, what is it that they're doing. They're going to give you a link to their website. Now, let's try another search. Global Health Corps is a really cool organization. They hire one-year fellows, and it's a really great program actually run by George W. Bush's, one of his daughters, is it Barbara? Not Barbara, one of his daughters. Lauren? Lauren something. She actually is like the CFO of this, of Global Health Corps. But anyway, I follow them on Facebook, so I'm constantly getting their website. So recommendation, you want to like them on Facebook, right? You want to be making sure, I don't know why it doesn't say I like them. I have them liked, that's weird. You want to either be following them or liking them on your Facebook. And cool thing that I found out is, let's exit out of here. When I went to their website, I found out about their fellowship program, right? And what ended up happening was I found all of their new fellows. So they have like descriptions of like their new class of 2015, 2016 fellows. This is a really great way of finding out what people around your same age range have been doing. You know, their very early on in their professional career. I really like, and that's one of the things I recommend, being able to kind of just go in and an organization that you're really interested in working for, see what their current interns or see what their current fellows have done in the past. It kind of gets you in the right headspace, like would I be qualified for this, and if not, what do I need to do to get to the point of, you know, being qualified. So I know it seems like we're stalking here, but we're not. This is good research. So Miss Allie, Boston, right? 2 years designing educational facilities in Nicaragua. You know, she interned with several nonprofits, Habitat for Humanity.
Can I
yes.
Interrupt? Notice the word intern.
Thank you. That's something we discussed.
Good.
And just
it's
how
not
valuable.
It's not a dirty word. It's not a bad word. It doesn't mean you failed in your job search. It means you're getting good experience under the supervision of people who are going to help you learn at the same time, because that way you're not all completely on your own. And that's what makes you more valuable. It really does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, you know, kind of just taking the time to go through all these different profiles, you know, let's say this is your dream organization you want to be working for. Why not kind of check out who is a part of the organization? Another great thing too is, let's see, yeah, so just making sure that you're liking and following all the organizations that you're really interested. You know, you can see yourself working for this organization 5 years from now. If you have these big dreams of working for the UN or the WHO, make sure you're liking and following all of their media outlets. And one of the first ways is through Facebook, because we're all on Facebook every day, so why not make your news feed something that's going to be productive?
Or if you're not on Facebook every day, be on Facebook.
Exactly.
Because all of us olds get on Facebook every day, and the olds are the ones who have the jobs, right?
Well, there you go. And another thing too, when you're finding an organization that you really like, and again, I feel like I keep saying subscribe, but these sites have newsletters that they're sending out all the time. So if you go to Connect and you want, oh, okay, let me see how I can maybe contact someone from this organization to get more information. They have a newsletter. So why not sign up for their newsletter and be getting their weekly updates? Most of the time they put in if they're hiring for, you know, a new position.
And hold on, sorry. And also on their newsletters as well, if you notice that they trumpet, yeah, we just got a new grant, and we're going to be doing X, Y, and Z, and we're so excited, and aren't we awesome? That means you're going to be looking for people.
Exactly.
So that's why you want to keep up with these folks.
Exactly. So that's Facebook. Next one that I've been really kind of talking at Molly's head off about is Twitter, because Twitter is a really, I mean, does everyone, I'm actually curious to know, how many people here have a Twitter account? Okay, so and it's something that's still not being used that widely, but I'm going to be suggesting that you do sign up for a Twitter account, and this is the reason why. So if we go to handy dandy Twitter, and I'm going to be signing in here, this is also a great way to be finding potential jobs, and you're going to see why. First of all, major organizations, just like Facebook, they have a Twitter account. So they're going to be posting their daily updates, pictures, and all of that great stuff, right? So it's cool to be, you know, if you are, right, volunteer world, I'm following a different spectrum of people. But if I'm wanting to search Twitter and I'm like, okay, what happens if I put in public health jobs? What happens if I put that in the search engine, right? Okay, so hiring a clinical officer for pediatric HIV care and treatment. Okay, CDC, are you ready to take on a mission that matters, right? We're hiring research and evaluation director, knowledge broker. We're looking for great people to join our team. It's just kind of overwhelming how many different types of jobs that you could be potentially applying for via Twitter. And this is all with just search engine. Again, hiring a program assistant, communications intern, paid opportunity for this internship, right? And again, the more organizations that you're following, you know, the more connections you're going to be getting on your Twitter newsfeed. So I'm following like a little over 100 people on Twitter, and it's great because whoever they're connected to could potentially be popping up on my Twitter newsfeed as well. So Job Alert, International Science Publisher. Again, I'm not going to be going down all of this, but you can be as specific as you want. Let's say, what happens if I put in global health jobs, right? Again, same thing is going to be kind of, not Global Health Council, global health jobs. You know, pretty similar. You know, do you have experience working in nutrition? Apply for the role of health and nutrition manager, right? So be utilizing these social media tools to your advantage when it comes to your job search. The whole old school Monster, Idealist, Indeed, I'm calling those old school, but they're not. They're pretty, you know, they're still pretty recent. But be using Facebook and Twitter to your advantage too when it comes to finding jobs, because you just never know. Same with LinkedIn. I know we discussed LinkedIn a little earlier. How many of us have a LinkedIn profile in this room? Okay, cool. Okay, so if you don't, that's something that we want to make sure that you are, signing up for sooner than later, just because. Important security message. Sorry. Please call the number provided as important security message. Please call the important security message. Important security message. Please call the number provided as important security message. I don't know what that is. Please call the number provided as soon as possible. I did, but that's so weird. Okay. Sorry about that. I hoped. LinkedIn. Okay. Whew. Sorry for that technical difficulty. Okay, so LinkedIn, as we discussed a little earlier, really great site, making sure that you have some sort of online presence and having your skills and everything. Oh, come on. But this is a great way to be looking for jobs as well. I'm actually, you get pretty recent updates and you get pretty recent alerts as to when something's been posted. Oh gosh. Thank you. I should have read that. Okay, here we go. And if it doesn't work, then maybe I can get one of you guys up here and we can go from there. Okay, so, right, it's the same thing. So going up here for jobs and then being able to do your, your search engine. So again, I'm interested in HIV/AIDS work, right? Putting this in the search engine and kind of seeing, okay, looks like there's some volunteer positions available, physician, right? And again, these are pretty broad. I'm not getting really specific, but if we put in like public health, let's see what happens. Right, so project management, and again, these are nationwide. And you just need to be filtering these to your liking when it comes to the search. Does anyone use LinkedIn for finding jobs? Has anyone done that before? Have you? Okay, and you were able to, were you able to apply straight on LinkedIn, or were you using the website?
I was using the website, but what happened was one time the job posting would have like a separate link that you go to find that.
Right. Okay.
And you post a lot of jobs, and you can actually show who posted the job, and you can check out their profile and check out the organization too.
Exactly, which is super helpful. And on that same note, let's say there's an organization that you're really interested in working for, right? Let's say I have an interest in working for International Rescue Committee, and I click on their jobs at International Rescue Committee option. The really cool thing about LinkedIn that I've found, let's see here, you're able to kind of see what your connection, so whoever you're connected to, all your friends and colleagues and professional contacts, you're able to see who's connected to someone at International Rescue Committee, for example. So if we go to people who work at International Rescue Committee, let's see, yes, okay. So that's what you want to be doing. Type in your organization of interest and then click on people. You're able to see who you share connections with potential, not employers, but people who are working at that organization. Let's see if we have anyone in common. So looks like I have a friend. She's actually a Loma Linda student, or she was a Loma Linda student last year, Stacy Pham. She's connected to someone that I could potentially be interviewing with or whatever it is in the future. Now again, don't go, we're not recommending that you message and contact everyone that you, oh, I have one person in common with them and I'm just going to message them right away and see that they can offer me a job. You don't want to be working that way. It's nice to kind of see who you do share connections with, because it could be someone that you are really close to, or someone that you just recently had a class with, or someone that you just got off the phone with. You never know. And then asking them, oh, so you know Andrea, you know her, how long have you known her? I would really love to set up an informational interview with her on the phone just to kind of see how she got her start and how she ended up at International Rescue Committee. This is a great way to kind of start your networking path. So that's something that I end up doing once in a while. I look up an organization I really want to work for and then see if I have any potential shared connections. And look, you have more than you think, right? That's something that you might want to be taken into consideration. And I know that we are running close to time here, so again, if you're interested in a particular organization, we talked about UN Women earlier, or just any type of organization, go straight to their website. I mean, we've been talking about all these different search engines and stuff, but it's also as easy as Googling their name and going to their career center and seeing what they have available. So don't forget to do that, because that's something that, it seems like common sense, but a lot of the time people forget to do it.
Common sense is so common.
There you go. And as a new grad, and for those of you that are still students as well, we know that applying for jobs is really challenging. It can get really frustrating. You can get really down on yourself, and we're here to support you. We're here to encourage you. You are not wanting to take those rejection letters to heart, because you're applying for, let's say, 100 jobs. You either are not going to hear back from most of them, or you will get a rejection email 6 months later. You don't want to be taking that sort of thing to heart, because you are qualified. You are just needing to get through the hurdles of job search, and don't get discouraged, because it is a really challenging time, especially in a new graduate's life. Don't lose your inspiration. Look up TED Talks. Make sure that you're subscribing to daily email. So Molly and I love the Muse. They send really cool daily email articles. And yeah, resume tips, cover letter tips, interview tips. So if you go to themuse.com, you're able to subscribe to their daily newsletter, and it's really cool. They also send like inspiring videos, and don't get down on yourself. And Indeed.com actually has a daily, it's not just the daily job alert, they have a daily like article alert. And actually the video that I just showed you guys early on in the presentation, that was emailed to me this morning from their daily newsletter. So, it's really helpful information. And we really suggest job search, you don't want to be alone in this process. Having a mentor is something that's really helpful. So either a professor or an employer or whoever it is that you really admire, and you want to be having them as kind of like your backbone when it comes to this entire job search, contact your mentor, speak to your mentor, set up, not daily meetings, but monthly meetings with them. You don't want to be overwhelming them. But the global health cohort that actually just graduated a couple weeks ago now, we formed a career support group. So we meet at a local coffee shop every Tuesday, and we discuss with one another how our job search is going. And from there, it's been pretty great. Edwina actually, she had a great idea. She made a Google Drive account, folder, excuse me. And we have this document where if anyone finds a job that they think that their classmate would be interested in applying for, they post it on that Google document. And we also posted like what our interests are and things like that. But it's a once a week, get together that's not only fun, but it's really productive and it's informative, and you're able to kind of share with your colleagues how the job search is going. And it also helps with not getting discouraged, because you see that you're not alone in the constant rejection letters and, all these different things, not hearing back from organizations.
Well, and also you guys work on specific products and stuff too. So it's not just, yay, you guys or whatever. I mean, they're also have an agenda, and they're focused.
Exactly.
So they have like, hey, let's everybody bring your resume, and we'll all share them around, and everybody look at each other's and see what they think.
Exactly.
Or cover letters, or whatever it is that's going on. And so in addition to just the camaraderie and the support that you're getting by being around people who are in the same boat as you are, make sure that the time you spend is productive.
Exactly. Like this upcoming week, the assignment was to think of like some of the hardest interview questions you've ever been asked, and bring those questions to the support group next week, and we're going to share them, and how did you answer them.
And you guys are going to practice them, right? You're going to practice interviewing each other with them.
Yeah, we'll do something like that.
Oh, come on, do it, come on.
And not a couple weeks ago, but like 3-4 weeks ago, everyone brought their laptop, and everyone looked at, helped each other. They looked at their LinkedIn profiles. How can we improve it? What can we do to make sure that this is the best LinkedIn profile that you can have? And then, of course, you can visit Career Services with any and all of your questions about, job preparation, job interviews. We want to be as helpful. We want to be here for you guys. We are here for you guys. It's just being able to, you know, offer our services as much as we can.
Right, and you guys taking advantage of what's offered.
We're taking
Because
advantage.
if I have any frustration since I've been doing this, it's that it's not used enough. And the people I see are the people I see again and again and again. Like Mr. Senior right here, right in front of me, he goes to everything. You guys all go to everything. The same people I see again and again, they come to everything. And so, and it's great, and I want you guys to do it, but I want everybody to do it because it's a resource that it actually is included in part of your tuition.
Yeah.
My salary, Lottie's little salary, you know, my little office, that's all paid for in your tuition, so why not take advantage of it, okay?
And tell your friends and all your classmates too to
Yeah.
be taking advantage of it. So, yeah. Okay, any questions? Again, I'm going to be sending all of you the PowerPoint, and I hope this was helpful. I know a lot of it was like, okay, you know, lots of web searching and stuff, but hopefully it's kind of opened your eyes as to, okay, if I'm on Facebook, I could potentially be finding a new job opportunity I could be applying for. So, okay, cool. Thanks for coming. I'm glad that there were some people here. Wasn't talking to an empty room. Yeah. Okay. So